the European Union has decided to move its prestigious foreign ministers' meeting from Budapest to Brussels, a move akin to rerouting a major diplomatic convoy from an uneasy negotiating table to a more controlled environment. This decision underscores a growing chasm between Hungarian Prime Minister Viktor Orbán and the EU's core leadership, particularly over Orbán's controversial efforts to mediate between Russia and Ukraine. The relocation of the Gymnich, the informal summer meeting of EU foreign affairs ministers, was described by Lithuanian Foreign Minister Gabrielius Landsbergis as a clear sign of dissatisfaction with Orbán's recent diplomatic initiatives.
Well, I think that it's a clear sign that the countries, or European countries, do not agree with Hungarian politics, international politics, the way that they conduct it, the way that they treat the presidency that they have. I mean, you know, they call themselves peace party or part of the peace party. I wouldn't agree with that. And I think that now in the room upstairs, we will have Russian party that is taking very clear stance to defend Putin, not Europe, not Ukraine.
Belgian Foreign Minister Hadja Labib added that the move reflects disapproval of Orbán's attempts to broker peace between Moscow and Kyiv, a role that has increasingly isolated him from EU consensus.
Welcome to Brussels, which is quite an unusual location to host the informal meetings of foreign affairs, as they usually take place in capital's presidency, and we don't have the presidency, as you may know. The decision to host the Gymnich, the informal meetings of foreign affairs in Brussels instead of Budapest, is a clear sign of the disagreement, the disapproval of the HRVP, Josep Borrell, on the positions defending by Hungary in the international scene, and particularly regarding the war waged by Russia.
Orbán's presidency, which began on July 1st, has been marked by a series of high-profile diplomatic maneuvers that have stirred controversy within the EU. His outreach to Russian President Vladimir Putin and Chinese leaders, coupled with meetings with former US President Donald Trump, has been perceived by many as undermining the EU's unified stance against Russia's invasion of Ukraine. The Gymnich meeting, typically a relaxed, informal gathering, has become a focal point of this discord. Peter Krakau of the Center for European Policy Analysis characterized Orbán's approach as troll diplomacy, suggesting that his attempts to mediate peace are more about provoking the EU than contributing to a resolution. The EU's decision to shift the meeting to Brussels symbolizes a broader frustration with Orbán's presidency. This shift is part of a larger pattern of diminishing Hungary's role in critical EU discussions, reflecting the bloc's displeasure with Orbán's divergence from its collective policies.
I fully agree with Mr. Borrell's assessment, and I hope that this shows that there are certain rules we expect from the EU president and its role, and there should be also, Hungary should pay attention to those. Let's put it this way.
Orbán's tenure has also faced criticism for perceived democratic backsliding and violations of EU rule of law standards. Despite this, he continues to see himself as a pivotal figure in European diplomacy, attempting to balance his national interests with broader EU concerns. As the EU grapples with Orbán's unconventional approach, his efforts to mediate between Russia and Ukraine have highlighted the challenges of maintaining a unified stance in the face of diverging national agendas.